Well, ladies and gentlemen, look how the tables have turned. Jake Paul, the man that considers himself the best influencer boxer in the world, has already had enough of fighting boxers. For those of you that don't know, Jake Paul fought Tommy Fury in February. He got absolutely destroyed, claimed the reason why he lost was because he had a wet dream.
I know you didn't want to, but mom said, she said Jake had a wet dream the night before his fight.
And now has gone back to fighting MMA fighters. Yes, Jake Paul is fighting Nate Diaz this August. Nate Diaz, a man that has had most of his fights at lightweight, so that's about 155 pounds. I mean, I guess he's had some fights at welterweight, which is about 170 pounds. But with a record of 3 wins and 3 losses at welterweight, it's not great. Now keep in mind, in August, Jake Paul is going to be fighting Nate Diaz, 185 pounds. Nate has never fought at 185 pounds, whereas Jake has several times. So already that's in Jake's favor. Now let's be real. Nate Diaz isn't really known for his striking. Even in 4-ounce gloves, rarely knocks anyone out cold. In fact, most of his wins are via submission. You know why? Because that's what he's good at. He has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. 12 of his 21 wins in MMA is via submission. That's over half. That's not a coincidence. That's just because he's very good at jiu-jitsu. You know what he's not very good at? Boxing. Nate Diaz is a 37-year-old black belt jiu-jitsu MMA fighter that happens to throw a punch every now and then. And for me, ladies and gentlemen, that is the problem with Jake Paul. He's a fraud. And people need to wake up to this fact. He can't beat boxers. That's why he's staying clear from me, Salt Papi, Joe Fournier, etc. Because he knows, ultimately, he's not that good. Now, chances are, Jake Paul will beat Nate Diaz, either through decision or via knockout or technical knockout. And that's mainly because Nate Diaz won't be able to use his ultimate weapon, his best weapon, jiu-jitsu. Instead, he's going to have to rely on his subpar boxing ability against Jake Paul, who, let me remind you, only does boxing. And this is the same bullshit that we're gonna get with the whole Ben Askren situation. You know how many people believe that Ben Askren was gonna beat Jake Paul? Quite a lot of people. Hell, even I thought Jake Paul was gonna lose. But this time, nah, I ain't falling for this shit again. I mean, knowing what we know now, it's crazy to think that we ever thought that Ben had a chance. I mean, look at how Jake Paul celebrated after beating Ben Askren. Ben Askren doesn't even know how to punch, and he's celebrating like he's just won the World Cup. It's all just cringe. Just like his fan base. They just eat all his shit that he secretes out of his mouth daily. May 13th, or next month, I'm gonna be fighting Joe Fournier. He is a boxer, a 9-0 pro boxer. That's all he does. No MMA, no wrestling, no jiu-jitsu, no kickboxing, no judo, no karate, just pure boxing. And I'm training harder than I've ever trained in my life. And ladies and gentlemen, you will see what I will do to him May 13th. So if you want to check it out live, tickets down below. Deji is also fighting, as well as Salt Papi and other fighters. It's going to be a sick undercard. It's going to be a sick event. You should definitely check it out. Tickets down below. If you've been to a Misfits event before, you know how amazing these events are. So I'm sure to see you guys soon. Anyway, I want to knock out Joe Fournier. I want to make a statement. I want to strike even more fear into Jake Paul. And now let's not get it twisted. Jake Paul has been boxing way longer than I have. While he was fighting Gibb, Nate Robinson, Ben Askren, Woodley twice, I was at Wembley Stadium singing Holiday. I was recording weekly videos with the side. I was making YouTube content on my channel. I was going on press runs, promoting my music. I was going on tours, etc. So the fact that I've already overtaken Jake Paul in boxing ability in less than a year, it says a lot. Ultimately, Jake Paul is scared of me. And if we never manage to make this fight happen, I want you to know this, Jake. You will forever be known as the man that claimed to want to avenge his brother's loss, but ultimately was too scared, was too pussy to actually go through with it. So anyway, enjoy your fight with another MMA fighter, Jake. When you're actually ready to man up and end this feud with your boy, KSI, I'll be here waiting, ready. It's been your boy, KSI. I'll see you lot in a bit. Take care and peace.